What's going on, my fishy friends? I'm back at the water. It's another episode. Thanks for watching. I'm excited today. I'm exploring some new water that I have not fished before, and I think that might end up being kind of the theme of today's video. We'll see how it shapes up. You never know. But the idea of how do I explore new water? And recently I had a conversation with one of my subscribers, Susie, thank you. And she mentioned how helpful it is when I explain the why behind the decisions that I'm making. So as I go about the day today exploring this new river that I haven't fished before, I'm gonna try to explain the why behind my thinking. I don't have all the answers. We're always learning. The river's always teaching us new things. I'm sure I'm gonna learn some new things today, but I'll explain my thinking and the why behind different decisions I'm making. So yeah, let's get after it. But first, look at this. Oh my gosh, it's just so pretty. Like, this is why I fly fish. Oh. For this first part of the video, I'm just gonna walk through rigging and getting all set up to fish. And so if you already know how to rig up, feel free to skip ahead, but maybe there's some tips in here. It's summer. It's been pretty hot lately, and this water's cold, but it's not that cold. And so I think I'm gonna do some wet wading. So I've got my all access corkers, the felt and studded felt, and then gravel guards. I've been having a ton of fun with the dry dropper setup lately, and so I'm gonna rig that up. I've got my 9'5" weight, and I'll go through how I set this up. I had a question recently, actually yesterday, about how I use tippet rings to make my setup a little simpler. I've got my floating fly line to a loop-to-loop connection down to a tippet ring. I don't know if that'll show up there. And then off that, I've got 3-4 feet of tippet, and this will be my dry dropper setup. It's the middle of the summer. Trout are looking up for sure. I've been getting a ton of top action. And so I'll be using probably like a caddis or chubby Chernobyl, something that'll work well as a top fly and floats really well. And then the dropper will be some kind of a nymph, maybe like a Frenchie. We'll see. I'm gonna go turn over some rocks down there, look what's in the water. But the thinking there is I want to cover both the top and the bottom. So trout are going to be looking up and feeding subsurface. And so a dry dropper's great for that. So I've got my top fly, the chubby Chernobyl, and then I've got maybe, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet of 4X tippet. So it's 3X tippet on the top down to 4X behind that. And all I did is just tied it off on the back of the hook on the top fly down to the nymph at the bottom. And then anytime I'm doing anything dry fly, I'm always going to use some floatant. And you just put just a little bit. I always try to just kind of spread it all over the fly underneath too. And this helps repel the water so it floats longer. I'm going to rig up my Euro rod. So I've got my Orvis Clearwater 10-foot 3-weight and a bat and kill reel. The reason I'm rigging up my Euro rod is 80% of the time fish are going to be feeding subsurface. I love top action dry flies, but I just know I can catch way more fish if I'm subsurface. And I have found a Euro setup like this is just so productive. So the way that it works is I've got just an old fly line and then a 20-foot mono leader. So it's 20 feet long, and then goes down to a cider line. and it's just multicolor, so it shows up on the water. And I use that cider to gauge how deep my flies are. So that goes down to a tippet ring, and then I've got tippet, 3x tippet, but right in the middle, I've got a little section here where I use a triple surgeon's knot, and I connect 4x tippet, and this is going to be my top fly, and I'm going to have kind of a smaller, lighter fly a little further up in the water column, and then a heavier weighted stone fly probably down here at the bottom. And so that's going to help me get my flies down deeper, but then I've got that top fly up top a little bit higher in the water column. This setup has caught me so many fish. It's the most productive setup. It's my go-to. I love the dry fly stuff, but I just know how productive this is. And I like to have 2 rods set up like this so I can cover a little bit more depth, like go deeper with the Euro setup, and then cover the top action and kind of higher up in the water column with the dry dropper setup. And then my top fly, I went with a blowtorch. This works really well for me. It's got a little hackle in there. It's kind of a little bit more of like an attractor pattern. And then a nice heavy stone fly down there. So that's the setup. Let's get out there. So I think it might be good to explain like what sparked coming out here. So I saw a video from Grant, Firefly Fishing, awesome YouTuber, awesome channel. If you haven't seen him yet, go check it out. Just a great fly fisher, love his content. But maybe I'll link to this video, but he had a video that where he went out and caught some epic bull trout. Just such a cool trip. And I just love that type of fishing where he was. And so in the past, like I would have just been like, oh man, I gotta figure out where Grant went and just go fish there. But that kind of misses the point. Like a big part of what I love about fly fishing is just exploring, right? Finding new places on your own is, I think, just an amazing part of fly fishing. I've grown to really love it. And so I just spent a little time just thinking through different rivers I haven't been to yet. I like using trout routes to help me find some good spots. But I just spent time looking at maps and making some plans. And then I settled on this river. And yeah, I'm excited to explore. So this is the first spot. And what I love about it is there's nice riffly section up above there. You can probably see it. And then it kind of compresses down. And there's some great water on either side of the faster moving section right in the middle there. And what I'm going to do is it's maybe like, looks like about 6 feet deep, maybe 5 feet deep, somewhere around there. And I'd love to get some top action, some dry fly action. So I'm going to start out there. And when I was down here a little bit earlier, I saw some fish all the way back up here. And so I'm going to slowly work my way up into that. And my thinking is I'll pick off some of the fish that are back here without spooking them, right? So if my fly line is landing right on their head as I'm working up, or if I was using my Euro setup, I might be spooking the fish too quickly. And so I'm going to work my way up. The fish are most likely looking upstream. And so I'm going to work my way up. And then I'll probably come back through with my Euro setup and see what we can find. Let's do it. Man, I don't know how much of that showed up on camera, but that was super cool. I had so many fish looking at my flies. Couple takes, but missed the hook set somehow. Happens. But yeah, I'm gonna run my Euro rod setup through here and see how we do. Immediately hook up. That was the first cast. Looks like maybe a cutthroat. Nice fish though. Looks like it took the stonefly. Oh man, that's a pretty fish. Ooh. Super pretty. Really nice fish. Rainbow? Yeah, nice. Heck yeah. Oh, that's great. Nice rainbow. It's a good sign. Well, that's your first cast. Well, I guess on the Euro rod, so. Oh yeah. Nice fish. There you go, buddy. This Euro setup is so productive. It's such a good example because I work this pretty good with the dry dropper setup, but they're hanging out a little deeper. So that's where the Euro rod helps. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh man. Oh, it took the top fly. All right. Cool. A blowtorch. Nice. Nice rainbows. It's pretty cool. They're just chasing like crazy. Barbless hooks come right out. There you go. Ooh. Oh, this is a nice fish. I don't know what it is. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. That's a great fish, actually. Holy smokes. Is that a big whitey? No. Bull? It might be a bull trout. Oh, squaw. That's a big squaw fish. Wow, oh man, he destroyed my, Wow, that's like the biggest squaw fish I've ever caught. Wow, that was aggressive. All right, guess I gotta change out my fly. I've been fishing maybe 45 minutes or so, and I think I've probably already caught 10 or 12 fish. It is on fire. It's great. These are all pretty much all really nice rainbows. Maybe like 12 to 15 inch range, which I think is pretty good for this water. But holy cow, that was fun. This was a great spot. But there's so much more water to explore, and that's what I'm here for. Okay, so just a quick explanation of what I'm doing here. So this water is a little bit flat. There's not a ton of structure to it. There are boulders kind of all over. And there could be fish up here. Fish do tend to move up into this kind of water in the summer. But I just want to keep exploring, finding some other water to fish. But what I am looking for is on that far edge. I'm looking for any like deeper sections over on that other side that might be worth fishing. And then also as I'm walking down, I'm keeping an eye out. It's really nice that the water's so clear. I can see everything, or just about everything. I'm just looking for any fish hanging out behind these, see like this right here. Looking for any shapes. Oh, that might be a fish right there. If it is, it's a little one. Yeah, there could be stuff behind all these boulders. And I saw a spot on my way in a little bit further down that looks incredible, so I'm gonna go down there. So it's a little bit faster moving, but you might be able to see right here in the middle, there's a boulder there. And then some slower current. And yeah, this kind of water, especially in the summer, the trout will kind of move up into riffly sections like this and then find little pockets like that. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna come down just a little bit. I'm gonna fish each of these feeding lanes and just kind of work my way out, fish that backside over there. But you don't want to go crashing out in there. Let's see if anyone's home. And then what I'm doing is I'm using my Euro setup because that's what's working so well. But I'm gonna fish this whole thing. I'm just gonna cast, take a step, and I'm going right up at the top there, letting it drift down. Oop. I've caught some really big fish in riffly water like this. Just so surprising sometimes. It's amazing. Yeah, they just move up there to get into oxygen-rich water, and there's more food. So yeah, right there. Come on. There. Hey. Oh, man. That was a nice fish, too. See, I'm telling you, they do move up into this kind of water. It's really surprising sometimes. And it's primarily the warmer season. Yeah, you can find some really, really nice fish up in this kind of stuff. There we go. There we go. Nice. Yes. Little one, I think. Whoa. Nice fish. I mean, this is about what I've been catching here. I wonder if that was the same one. Look at that, barbos hook just pops right out. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, these rainbows are really pretty. Looks like this one's a wild one. You can see the fin is, oh, whoa. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm telling you, this kind of water in the summer with a Euro setup, because you got to get down quick, and the depth changes so much through this kind of water. And so that's where the Euro setup, I can control the depth so easily. Oh, there we go. Oh, that feels nice. Nice. Another one, he was right here. I'm telling you, the riffly sections in the summer, oh, it's pretty solid. Look at that. Nice. Oh, cool spots. That is so pretty. Man. Looks like another wild one. I think they do stock it, but yeah, that adipose fin there, it's still there, so probably a wild rainbow. Yep, I'm telling you, I know I keep saying it, but don't skip this kind of water in the summer. It's surprisingly productive. The other thing that's really nice about fishing this kind of water is the fish have to react quickly. And so they don't have a ton of time to study your fly like that. And so they have to make a quick decision. And so it's just a little bit easier to hook up with fish in this kind of water because of that. Settle down. Settle down now. Come on. Another wild. Not very much color on that one, but still cool. Silvery. Wow. That looks awesome. It's just beautiful. number one, is stunning. This is why I love fly fishing. You just get to be out in this kind of stuff. It's incredible. Just wow. But this is definitely going to hold some awesome fish. Almost certainly, almost guaranteed. I just don't know any way that wouldn't be the case. I fished this whole section and there was no action at all. And I think what's going on is the water is cool. It's not freezing cold. And so it's going to hold less oxygen. And so I think the trout are, it's summer, and this is what happens. They start to move up into this kind of riffly stuff because there's more oxygen in the water and there's a lot more food. I can see some really nice holds down here. So, oh yeah, this looks great. So just gonna go explore a little bit more water. This is great. Might have a new favorite river. I don't know if it shows up on the video, but there's a like a pretty dark, deeper pocket back there on that rock wall, and sure enough, one took the nymph back there. Got a hare's ear on there, so that was sweet. The fishing is really slowed down. It's like the hottest part of the day. And yeah, this happens most days when I'm out fishing. Like, you know, noon to 3, it really starts to slow down. Then it starts to pick back up later in the evening. It's really common. So, but this was amazing. Like, it's just beautiful being out here. I can't believe this is so close to me. I will be back for sure. And there's so much water to explore. I think I'm gonna walk. I walked way down river, and I think I'm gonna walk back up river, eat some food, and then maybe go up river from where I started. Just go check it out. Just go look. I might even drive for a little while just to see what the water's like up there. But that's name of the game when you're exploring a new river. Like, you just get out there and explore. Like, really go cover ground. Don't really get stuck in one spot. Just move on to the next spot that looks really good to you, and keep exploring. That's really what I like to do when I'm exploring a new water. So, wow. All right, let's go. That is gorgeous water. That's the kind of water I'm looking for on any river. It's just incredible. Nice shelves on the other side. Wow. Amazing. All right. Let's give it a try. This is why you keep exploring. Oh, yes! Nice. That was awesome. I thought they were further up. Oh, he's running at me. All right. Nice. So cool. Trophy. Heck yeah. Thanks, buddy. It's so good to explore new water, and I'm really happy I came out here. Caught a lot of really cool fish, and yeah, I've got another river in my arsenal, and it's not that far away, and there's a lot more river I could explore, but I think I'm done for today. I'm gonna head back and hang out with my family. Hey, let me know in the comments if you feel stuck or blocked from getting out on the water on your own. Let me know what those blockers are. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and maybe I can make some more follow-up content to help answer some of those questions. But yeah, get out there, have fun, keep fishing, and enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. It's just good to be outside. So have a good one. We'll see you next time.